Yes, I am live early. And yes, I have something to say. I just want to go ahead and talk about this because it needs to be talked about. Because when it's to me, it's to the point to where it needs to be addressed and it's something that needs to be said. Um, because I'm livid, I'm pissed the fuck off. And because I'm livid and because I'm pissed the fuck off, I am coming from a perspective of I just don't understand how you going to sit up here and say that I'm a psycho for how I think and then threaten my unborn children's life. I don't get that. You tell me what world this is in, but I'm thinking in the back of my head, these have to be troll pages. So I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna address this, and I'm trying to be nice about it, but I'm gonna just start off by saying like this. Neighborhood talk, you got some trolls in your comment section. You have bots in your comment section that are threatening people's lives and saying awful things just because someone has an opinion. And I'm not talking about the comments dealing with me, me, you call me a fat ass. You can call me a fat ass all day. I don't give a fuck. I've been called fat ass my whole life. You can say what the hell you want to about me being a fat ass. I don't care. I'm a fat ass. And I'm still cute, bitch. I can get rid of the fucking fat, but you can't get rid of ugly. Ugly is genetic. Let's talk that. So it's not just the fat comments and stuff like that, but it is the fat comments that I know. It's like when I make my opinion, you're dragging me for some shit. So I want to talk about the story that's happening, and I want to talk about this because, like, I want to talk about this story because I want to clarify my point in what I was saying. Okay, because at not one point did I justify that little boy shooting the other little boy. That was not the point I was making. The point I was making was that children needs to be psychologically evaluated when they do stuff like that. That's the point I was making. For it to get to the point to where people are telling me saying bad things about my children, you attacking my kids, that's when I have a fucking issue with it. Like I said, you can call me a fat ass. I don't give a fuck. I'm a fat ass. I'm a cute fat ass. Fuck you, motherfucker. Fuck you. I'm a cute fat ass. Bite me. Okay. I mean, honey went into the comment section and called me an ugly bitch just because of what I said. Oh, ignorant asshole. So I want to talk about this story real quick of what's going on. And I want to clarify my point. Not one time that I justify this young man popping off a gun at this child. I don't think it's right. It's not okay. I said he needs to be psychologically evaluated because certain people get certain privileges that we don't get. Okay? Let me give you context in what I was talking about. Since people want to go in the comment section and say little goofy shit like you attacking my unborn children. So I was you ain't like it if somebody did that to your child. No, I wouldn't. But my question is, why is this child this angry? That's what I'm talking about. So if you have not heard, there's a case of a 15-year-old child walking around here. He basically, the story caught wind because he pulled a gun out on a 14-year-old child. He pulled a gun out on a 14-year-old child, and that's a little psychopath right here. That's him. Good looking kid. You could tell his mom and daddy, had him smelling himself. Okay. All right. So he pulled out a gun on a 14-year-old child and tried to pop him 3 times, but the gun was jammed. Okay. They found out. Let me see. And even in neighborhood talk, they're like, geez, this is like this is a harsh sentence for a 15-year-old. Because like I said, his frontal cortex are not developed. And my question is, did he realize he was in a reality? He's in real life. There's consequences to taking people's life. Or does he think he's in a simulation or he's in a video game? Because if people bothered to ask me why I thought the way I thought, it's that. I'm very aware he a psychopath. There's no question in my mind. But I'm gonna sit up here. This is gonna be a whole hour live as to why I think the way I think. Okay, and like I said, I did not justify that. Honey, I'm over here talking about a 20-year-old who needs help, Lord. Okay, so he killed the boy, the 14-year-old sister. He took her life. He took his sister's life. I don't know how old his sister was, but he took the boy's sister's life and he tried to take the boy's life. Okay. So somebody told me to look him up. I'm not going to look up Caden Holland because I'm going to tell you, I already know what the issue is before you tell me what the issue is. And I did not say he did not to be in prison, but the question is, should he be in prison or a psych ward? That's what I was thinking. That was the mindset I was in. And another thing is, you're putting a 15-year-old in prison with grown ass men. Not saying he's not fucked up like that already. With you know what I mean when I say this. But when a young man is in prison, personally, I think he needs to be isolated from general population because this still a child, this still a 15-year-old, and he should not be exposed to being essayed or ilmed by grown men who've been there for decades. That was my mindset, okay? He definitely don't need to be in general population. So but people are just, jumping. Yeah, that he should have had longer time in prison. He should be in prison longer, stuff like that. And the reason I'm addressing this is because people just think, and like I said, half of it is troll page. Okay, they're troll pages, they're bots. I'm very aware neighborhood talk has bots. Even the neighborhood talk was like, geez, 25 years is a lot. 25 years is a lot. You're talking about a young man who's 15 years old. He's going to be in prison with grown men. Do you know what they do to pretty boys in prison? He's a pretty boy, and don't get it twisted. I wouldn't be shocked if this young man has SA'd young girls before. I wouldn't be surprised if he has done that. I wouldn't be surprised if he had SA'd a young girl, have SA'd a young boy. Because if you take out a glizzy, a glizzounit on a classmate, I can't imagine the other things you have done in your life. Okay? But my thing is, before this young man, when I say he needs to be psychologically evaluated, it needs to be studied so we can stop stuff like this from happening. He needs to be psychologically evaluated because there needs to be an understanding as to why this young man is so angry. Why is he so angry? Why he think it's okay? And you see the young man, he's a gorgeous, handsome guy. But he has a mental issue. He has problems. Why he feel the need to do that? Because violence is never the answer. For someone to say, I'm a psycho, but then you sit up here and threaten my unborn children, I have an issue with that. Because my thing is, I'm pretty sure he had a reputation. And the first thing people said, oh, he was a menace to society. Okay, but there was nobody in Baltimore, nobody in the DMV area that was going to check this fucker. Because I'm pretty sure there's some OGs that would have knocked his ass plump the hell out. There's no OGs that slapped the shot at him a couple times. He just walking around here not scared of no one. Or have enough respect for someone. To where he would stop that. And people were like, well, he had a history. But why nobody stopped him before he took the girl's life and he pulled a gun out on his 14-year-old? Why he was not stopped then? Okay? I'm pretty sure he's one of them kids that was in the classroom throwing chairs at teachers, cussing them out, and beating up on little kids. I am very sure of that. I'm sure of that. But it got to the point where he took people's lives. It's not for me. It's not about if it's wrong or not. It's clearly morally wrong to try to kill someone. But my question is, this psychopath has showed signs before, and y'all didn't do anything. So apparently, to me, according to the adults in the comment section, grown folks are scared of this little bitch. They're scared of him. That's what it sounds like to me, that the grown folks in the neighborhood was scared of him too. So he's a menace. He did this. He did that. He's a menace. He did this and did that. And not one of you grown folks in the comment section threatening me. And the only reason you're threatening me is because you know I'm not going to shoot you. Because that's not how I handle things. That's my issue right there. You're attacking me for saying something, but you know I would not sit there and pull a gun out on you. So why are you threatening me when you should have been threatening this little fucker right here? It takes a lot for me to pull a gun out on someone. A lot. Y'all talking like cowards. You scared of a 15-year-old? Why were you scared of this child? No grown person should be scared of a child. And also with the comments in the comment section about you over here talking about my children and talk about, oh, I'm doing 25 to life in prison. When you know, when once you have kids, I'll be doing 25 life to prison against you. Like I said, I know it was a troll page. Somebody who said that, be careful what you wish on me because it might happen to you. Because I would never wish that on anybody's child, even my worst enemy. I would never wish a gun to be pulled out on someone's child. I would never want that. I would never want that at all. And I don't want this for this 14-year-old child. I would never want this for this child. Never want this. But my question is why this young man is acting the way he's acting. Because clearly, y'all in the hood are doing a disservice to this child. And not only you did a disservice to him, you did a disservice to the young lady who got shot as well. Her life was taken when someone could have clearly kept this from happening. So this is not no all poor bird take your flight. This is more of this is a neighborhood issue where grown folks can't check a 15-year-old child. If I can't check you as a child, I can't check you as a child. I can't. And I stand by what I said. You ain't gonna sit up here and have me standing 10 toes down talking about some freaking well, you know, no, I'm standing 10 toes down with what I said. He needs to be psychologically evaluated. Why he's so angry? What you so what you mad about? What's your problems? What your issue is? Because what frustrates me is the grown folks around him that didn't play the part of the village. How you gonna be in a village? How you in a village and no one can check your child? When I said check, I'm talking about pulling them aside and saying, baby, you don't need to be doing that. Or you don't need to be doing this and doing that and whatsoever. That checking. You psychologically evaluate someone to make sure something like this don't happen again. Because no child should feel endangered. Not one child should feel endangered. Because what is his problem? And I want to hear, oh, he's a little psycho, stuff like that. You grown folks get away with worse. Y'all sit up here and create broken ass homes, and that's why kids like this are so fucking angry. Let's talk about that. The root of the issue is adult. So who's the adult that trained his child to be like this? That's the other issue. The first issue is the village not checking this child and being scared of him. Why the hell are you scared of a 15-year-old boy? But the second issue is the home he came from. Who raised this child to pull out, shoot now, and ask questions later? And that's what gets me. What makes me sick to my stomach is it's like grown folks. Oh, this child needs to be in prison. Blah 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 blah. But you ain't gonna talk about the deep seated issue. The only reason we can heal as a community is the deep seated issue in the community. This little boy did not know his place, and it shows. But for grown folks to talk about he's a menace, he's this, he's that, and for it to get to the point to where the authorities had to handle him, that's when you know the neighborhood has gone to hell. We should never have to get the police to deal with our children. Never. You're supposed to deal with your own kids. It should never get to the point to where your child is such a menace to where the neighborhood, there's nobody in the neighborhood that can check your child. But we don't have village mentality no more. There used to be but once again, I understand why there's no village mentality, because these days when you find out people who you trust with your kids were doing stuff to your kids. So I totally understand why nobody has a village mentality no more. I totally understand that. I get that. But for him to be running around the village doing what the hell he want, I have an issue with that. Like, who gave his ass a gun? How did he get the gun? One. Because at 15, I didn't know how to get a gun. So who was the adult that supplied the weapon? One. Two, who is his parents? And why he feels the need to defend himself with a gun. There's no fist fight or nothing. We don't fist fight no more. And I'm gonna tell you a lot of the reason why, because people say, "Oh, you're scary." I'm not scared. I wasn't scared in school. I just know how lethal I was. My fists were my fists are hard and heavy, so I know when I hit somebody, it hurts really bad. I never put hands on anybody because I've seen the damage I've done before. But if I'm pulling back and I know my fists are lethal, why would he think it's okay to pull out a gun on someone who's unarmed? That's where the confusion set in for me. Like me and you fighting, me and you get into it, and I don't have a weapon and you have a weapon, but it's okay for you to pull out a weapon on me. And I'm gonna go back to, like I said, this boy had probably a lengthy sheet of being violent with teachers, principals, um, parapros. He probably had a list of things he has done in the classroom. And before it was guns, trust me, it was sharp number two pencils and safety scissors, chairs, stuff like that. So my question is, what are you going to do to prevent something like this in a child? Instead of sitting up there and throwing tomatoes and screaming shame, 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 what as a neighborhood, as a black neighborhood, how do we prevent another psychopath like this? That's how I see it. Because the village clearly failed this child. For you to get to the point to where you start pulling out weapons on people, the village has epically failed this child. And like I said, I wouldn't know where to get a gun at 15. When I was 15, I never knew where to get a gun. I didn't know nobody that was cool enough to get me no liquor. I didn't know those things. I didn't know a drug dealer. Now I probably knew people that knew someone that knew somebody that knew someone, but I did not know these things. And I just wonder why this 15-year-old is different from my 15. Granted, my 15 was like 20 years ago, but like I'm just trying to figure out how it get to this point to where this kid thought it was okay to pull out a weapon. because there were warnings that something was wrong with him. There was warning before he did this to this child. There's a possibility that he could have beat another child to the pulp. That was the point I was trying to make. And it's crazy to me how you can go in the comment section, threaten me and my unborn children for having an opinion when I said he needs to be psychologically evaluated. Because in the back of my head, one, I don't think a 15-year-old needs to be in prison with grown ass men. I just don't. Granted, yeah, he did a grown ass man crime, but do we really need him to be more fucked up than he already is? No. Because when he get out of prison by 39, he ain't gonna know what right is no more. When you rehabilitate someone, you make sure they don't commit the crime again. You don't put them in prison, make them more of a demon than they already is, because this kid clearly is demonic. He might be possessed by the devil. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. He could be possessed. That's another one. He could be possessed, or he could have bouts of schizophrenia, paranoid schizophrenia, DID disorder. He could have antisocial personality disorder. We don't know what's going on with this child. That's why I said he needs to be psychologically evaluated. I never said he should be free and out of prison. He's right where he needs to be. Okay. My question is why he was not caught doing the other stuff he's been doing that had nothing to do with the weapon, had nothing to do with the glizzy. Because I'm pretty sure, to me, he looked like one of them kids that used to throw chairs in the classroom, stab kids with sharp number 2 pencils. He looks like that. Try to stab you with a butter knife. He looks like one of those kids. Why do I still have blonde hair in my clothes? No, it's not. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, I was going through my clothes and my blonde hair was in there. I dyed my hair blonde a few years back. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, there were warning signs that he was going to do something crazy like this. And you're telling me that all the grown adults, even, I'm talking about grown men. Now, when you're a teenage boy, I'm guessing I'm gonna say when you're 15 years old, I'm guessing a 15-year-old boy is about my height or taller. So you could take me out. I'm talking about there was no grown men in the neighborhood that pulled this boy aside and said, "You moving too fast." No old time and say, "Honey, you going up the wrong tree." Nobody. So y'all just sitting up there scared of this boy. Y'all scared of him for what? Why are you scared of a 15-year-old? No grown up should be scared of no 15-year-olds. If that's the case, the police should have been called way before he took this young girl's life and this boy's life. Almost took this boy's life. There were warning signs. Nobody did anything about it. So don't come for me if I didn't send for you. As for that, and like I said, I feel like the neighborhood talk. I don't blame the neighborhood talk for the environment that is created. I feel like there's bots on the neighborhood talk comment section that says certain things, and they say certain things to get under your skin, to hurt you, to do stuff like that. But like I said before, call me a fat ass. I don't care. I'm cute. I'm a cute fat ass. That's one thing I always been is a cute girl. You can call me a fat ass all damn day. But what you're not gonna do is threaten my kids that I don't have. You're not, that's what you're not gonna do. You're not gonna threaten my family, nothing like that. When you do stuff like that, that's a problem. That's an issue. I'm gonna stop sharing this for a minute because I gotta splurge on that part. I'll talk about that real quick. Cause it's just wild to me. It's wild. It's wild to think that because of an opinion, because I stayed in an opinion, and it's crazy because these bots have gotten out of control. Like, who employing these bots to say certain things in the comment section? And my thing is, even to the point, and I know for a fact it looked to me like it was a fake page. Every time you look at it, it's always people that have like 1,000 followers and they have no posts. How the hell you get 1,000 followers and have no posts? The girl sent me a message, honey. She told me I was ugly. I was fat. Someone said I was miserable. I was like, I know this is not real people. It's the same thing with, like, when Miss Netta was sitting up there going off on black women. I was like, how do you know it's an actual black woman? It's not some like white dude, an Asian guy, or some Hispanic woman sitting at the desk saying these things to you. Because when I see there's bots in the comment section, I'm like, I know it's a bot because they say outlandish stuff like threaten my unborn child. Like, you won't want it to happen to your child. No, I don't want it to happen at all. I don't want no stuff like this to happen at all. That's why you do. And people are still reacting to my comment. And I can tell the difference between what real people are saying versus what a bot is saying. When it gets to the point to where bots are in the comment section are saying stuff like that, that's crazy. Because the question is, who the hell are you talking to? I know the first thing people are like, well, you got to do something about it. There's nothing you can do about it. You actually have people who get paid to sit at a desk and say awful shit to you in a comment section. That's the real thing. It's funny. I said I'm here saying this. I said this clearly. Somebody was in the same mind frame as the bots on the TV. on a thing because she said whatever bitch about to me outside, girl. That's the problem with the neighborhood right now. You grown as fuck and don't feel like you need to take responsibility for your kids or grandkids cutting the food in school. No psychological evaluation, no nothing. I don't understand a group of people who talk about mental health and you don't want to psychologically evaluate and try to understand why someone in your neighborhood would try to kill someone else. That's wild to me. Like, don't ask for something if you don't want it. You want your neighborhood protected. You want your neighborhood to be taken care of. You have to check stuff like this because this child sat up there in his classroom, cut the damn food, and it got to the point to where it stopped being pencils, papers, and scissors and chairs to where it's a glizzy. But it's cool, whatever. You don't want help, nobody wants help, that's fine. I don't give a fuck. But I got another thing I want. The reason why I also want to talk about these bots is the main reason why I want to talk about a bot is because of the girl. I'm about to start cussing. The reason is about these bots is like I just wonder, like I said, I'm not reacting to bots, and I don't think it's just I don't think all black people think the same. Except for the girl, honey. I'm trying so hard not to do it. Clowns, honey, clowns. Anyway, I'm trying not to do it, honey. I'm trying. I'm trying my best to be a good girl on this lovely Monday. These people with these psychopaths for cheering, honey. It's everybody else's fault but theirs that their children are psychopaths. Everybody else's fault but theirs that their child is a psychopath. Anyway, point being made, this bot thing has gotten out of control. It's crazy because I was sitting up there and I was talking about something. I mean, one time, and this is what I'm saying. It's like you say something and then it's like, I'm not going to lie. A lot of people agree with what I said. This child needs to be psychologically evaluated. There were several chances to check this child before he got to the point to where he pull out a gun on a another student. But also, there's a lot of people who agree with me. But the people who didn't, to me, like I said, one time I got into an altercation with this girl. She had an ass told by ginger character, like somebody, the person who just insulted me last, because they still arguing, honey. It's been 48 hours and they still mad at me for what I had to say, which is so weird. I'm like, I wish y'all had that much energy in paying your fucking taxes. I wish you had that much energy as to who's running for district attorney in your area, who's a councilman in your area, who's representing you. Because it's definitely not just about Vice President Harris being in office. You need to fix the little small town stuff that's going on. But that's another argument for a whole nother day since we in election season. But when the last person who made a comment used a Cardi B picture, the last person who said something to me who insulted me use a Cardi B picture. That's how I know your page is fake. Like, honey, I knew for a mere fact that page was fake because it had a I don't give a fuck if the whole goddamn neighborhood hurt me. They can kiss my black ass. Fuck them. You know, but yeah, I said this. Why did the child get to the point? Motherfucker gonna say whatever. Bitch, shut your fucking ass up. You okay that little psychopath is running around your damn backyard? Get the fuck out of here. Hey, girl, please. But anyway, girl. And when it comes to the comment section on the neighborhood talk, they have a severe bot issue. Now I know when you earn like a large following, you have a large following, you have like people in the comment section. But and people were like, well, I can't tell. You fucking girl. Let me calm the fuck down. Motherfucker. Girl. Mm. And I said this on here before. I told you I was gonna live more in my fire energy. I'm a Virgo Sun Leo rising. Yes, it is my season. It's Virgo season. Kiss my fucking black ass if you not one. I'm joking. But it's Virgo season. But my Virgo in me won't let me go off the way I want to go off. I'm trying not to hurt nobody's feelings because y'all so sensitive these days. Y'all be shooting people. But back to the bots. These bots are vicious. How the first of all, I didn't even spend that much money. What did I purchase for $16? I didn't purchase it on Amazon. Girl, Amazon over here taking money out your account. Lord Jesus. Lord have mercy. Amazon over here taking money. Why the oh no. Let me get rid of that little audio book. I read it. I'm not impressed. And I don't think it's cute to play stupid. Cause I was done reading it. No. Ships and subscription. I'm not doing audiobook. Uh Changes. I don't want no damn subscription to audiobook. I'll fix this later. They have gone out of hand, and it's crazy to me. It's like, who? You literally got somebody who's sitting up there at a computer making comments like this, saying awful things like this, saying, telling you, shoot, when you have kids, I'm gonna be doing 25 to life. Okay, who says that? And then I know if you confront the person, like, well, I was just joking. No, the hell you weren't. You weren't joking. That's where you find the psychopaths right there. Is people making comments like that. You want to judge me? Say I'm a psychopath, but you in the comment section making comments about threatening my unborn child. Because trust me, if a scratch come out of my baby when I start having children, oh girl, no, no ma'am, no Pam, no spam. We're suing. Mm-hmm. No, I take it back. We pressing charges. They just they go overboard. They just go overboard. There's just no boundaries. It's like, why threaten my life? Why call me an ugly fat bitch? Why say I'm miserable? So I'm miserable because I'm over here saying that he needs to be psychologically evaluated. I didn't say that he needs to be psychologically evaluated. Does he need to be on medication? What's the whole true tea? What's this child's problem? That's what I'm saying. And to get a reaction like that, saying that he needs to be psychologically evaluated and that the prison sentence was a little harsh. Because when you sentence a child, a 15-year-old, to and trust me, he's gonna know there's bigger and bad fish out there. But it should never get to the point. His lesson should never be you being in prison with grown men. He definitely did. Somebody definitely need to put a point and put make a point to him to keep him from doing it again. Don't get it twisted. But it should never get to the point to where you're in prison as an underage child and you possibly be in prison with someone who hurt children. Now, if he's in prison with a child molester, you give the child molester everything he wants for 25 years. And him being in prison for 25 years, here's the harsh truth. You being 15, you in prison for 25 years, you're going to be in there till you're 39. The harsh truth is, you're gonna come out worse. And like I said, prison is not how rehabilitate you. It makes you worse. This kid, somebody needs to sit down, talk to this kid, and figure out what the hell his problem is. But like I said, I mean, it's just crazy. The comment section, the bots and stuff like that, it doesn't make no sense. I don't know what company is putting the bots up there that's saying what they're saying. It's wild to me. It's wild to me because it's like, it's unnecessary. Like, you coming for me for defending, or you feel like I'm defending a violent person, but then you and it's like people like, I'm not gonna sit in here and like I'm to the point to where it's like, and I do have like swift comebacks, but it's like I get tired of reacting to what a bot say versus what a real person is actually saying, which is like, I mean, no, he needs to be in prison. What he did is what he did, or something like that. I know people do things to be irritating because y'all slow as fuck, but it's like, at what point, when you threaten me, am I supposed to be scared? Bitch. Am I supposed to be scared? Because it pisses me off that you try to scare me. Are you trying to be scared? I mean, what are the consequences of me speaking my opinion and saying that this child needs to be psychologically evaluated? What are the consequences of that? Enlighten me, bitch. Do me a favor and enlighten me. What are the consequences? Because I didn't say anything violent. I didn't say the child deserved it, because he didn't deserve to have a gun pulled out on him. He did not. I didn't say that. But I'm trying to figure out what part of my comment pushed the narrative of, okay, let's sit up here and let's drag this woman for saying that he needs to be psychologically evaluated. Or whatever company that's over the bots that's saying these awful things in the comment section. And like I said, they bots. Like, bots are saying psychopath things now. I know people want to answer and want you to answer and say stuff like that. And then, but they want to get mad when you report their page, or their page get rid of, or something like that. Whatever boss it is, or something like that. Whoever in Nigeria over here, yeah, I said Nigerian, saying wild shit like that. That's like no way out of this thing, by the way. Oh my god, what the hell? Like, there is like no way out of this. It's so freaking weird. I'm talking about this game, but it's like, it's just weird to me that there are corporations that are employing people to say awful things like this. Because, like I said, you try to scare me, you piss me off more than you actually know. Because I'm thinking, who the fuck you think you are to tell me to threaten my unborn children? I mean, one idiot made it very obvious that the one that got me was the Trump supporter. Like, this is why women shouldn't be voted for president. What the hell is wrong with you? What is your problem? We're really going this far as to this is why women should be voted for president? My question, my thing is right here with this. My question goes to is who are the corporation over these bots? To where they're saying these things that are so awful to you. I just gave an opinion. I didn't say he should not be in prison. And matter of fact, the fact that he committed a crime, the little motherfucker might need to be put in the psych ward. But for there to be such an extreme reaction to where you threaten my unborn children, we're still debating if we want to have kids. Hell, shit. Yeah, shit. I mean, I do want them, but there's days I don't want them because I see this world has not learned its lesson. Y'all don't want to raise your children. You just having kids to prolong a bloodline that should have been cut off for years. Let's be honest about that. That's why they need to sit up there and they need to bring Roe versus Wade back. Because a lot of you guys ain't got no business having children to begin with. That's how you end up with a little psychopath like this boy. You got the wrong type of people having children. And wreak havoc. What are you wreaking havoc for? But anyway, it's just like these companies and their bots. It's ridiculous. Like you literally have a bot. You really paying someone to put a bot in the comment section to threaten me, and I don't ever assume the race of the bot because they always use pictures. They might use a picture of a black woman. They might use a picture of a white man. They might use a picture of a bear. Okay, from the Berenstain Bears. There's also the possibility this is something that's quiet as a kept. Black women, they're sitting up here using your image to distort a certain type of narrative as well, but y'all don't want to have that conversation either. Pushing a narrative that we're bitter and we're unhappy and we say awful things to people because we're heartless bitches, and that's not true. No, I said I saw that. I saw that whole thing with Miss Netta. When she was going off on black women. And in the back of my head, I'm like, how you know it's even a black woman that you talking to? You don't know who you arguing with. You could be arguing with a Chinese man in China. You don't know who you arguing with. That's why I don't like if some of the comments they say I didn't even entertain it because I'm in the back of my head. I'm like, I don't know who you are for real, for real. Nobody know who you are for real. You could be some 12-year-old who's a psychopath like this 15-year-old. I don't know you. But it's like this bot thing is just getting ridiculous. So like you would threaten someone, you say awful things. So I thought, oh, you're crazy. How am I crazy? How the hell am I crazy? I'm trying to sit up here and find a solution to all the problems. Because clearly y'all clearly have a bunch of problems. And you know what I heard from teachers about your kids? You would shut the hell up. He ain't the only one out there that's a psycho. Trust me. And I know it. But it's just wild to me. It's wild. It's like it's wild. Y'all like really are going around here. And this is bots. This corporations literally dedicated to threatening people's lives on social media. For having a different opinion than everybody else. That's weird. That's weird. That's strange. And I want to end on this note after my little 1 hour rant. How you know I ain't ever been shot at? With that being said, like this is to the corporations and the bots that's threatening people's lives and saying awful things in the comment section. This is for you. This is mainly for you and the extreme reaction to someone and them having a different opinion. This is for you. Something's wrong with you. This bot stuff is getting out of hand. It's crazy. It's crazy. So on that note, I hope you guys have a lovely Monday. I just had to rant for a bit. Hope you guys have a lovely Monday. I'm going to talk about also, speaking of, you talking about psychopaths and people being psychopaths. There's a 40-year-old walking around here corrupting teenagers. And he over here, he get to have a whole little country career, which ain't going to go nowhere because, they have real gatekeepers in country music. And so it should be. Because I know country music stars are talented. They do have talent. Their talent is real. And I know you have to have a rite of passage over there. You can't just sit up there and be going to. But I'm gonna talk about the psychopath for a 40-year-old who decided to have a country album at 40. Weird ass. I'll be talking about that on a later date. I don't know if I'll be talking about that later. I'll probably be talking about it tomorrow because my class is not until like 5 or 6. But I'll talk about that on a later date. Threaten somebody unborn children. Shut the hell up. Don't let my unborn children be the one that sit up there and push your ass down the stairs with the wheelchair, boo. Don't do it. Just don't do me. Don't talk about my unborn kids now. I'll fight you for some people who don't exist already. That's one thing you don't do. How dare you threaten my unborn children? You demon from the gates of hell. I rebuke you.